my lovely friends, welcome to today's video. On today's video, I will be teaching you on how to cut this native wear. I'm cutting it for children. So these are the measurements you will need for this dress. I will need my back measurement, the sleeve, the round sleeve, the round chest, and full length of the dress. At the full length of the dress, you will need the round of it. You will need your round neck measurement so that you will have a turtleneck when you are making this dress. And I will show you how to divide it to get that turtleneck perfectly. Now let's get started. So you will first of all divide your dress. You will first of all fold your dress into two. All right. Now this is the back part. This is the back part like this. I fold into two first for this back part. And this is the front part. Look at it like this. I fold it into two also. Alright. Now, when you are making this native dress, the back is longer than the front part. Now, look at it. This is the front part and this is the back part. The back part will be longer with 2 inches. After that, I use pin to hold it so that it will not shift. Alright, please always use pin to hold your work to avoid shifting. Now I use 2 inches. It's longer. The back is longer with the 2 inches. You can use 2.5, but on this dress today I'm using 2 inches. You remove 2 inches upward and start your measurement, as in your cutting at this side. Let me use chalk to make the straight line so that you will see what I'm doing. It's very, very easy to cut. Look at it. So when you're making native dress, like this, that's BuBA, this remove 2 inches upward. Understand? So to avoid affecting your dress. So after I've done that, the next thing to do now is to take my full length measurement of this dress. The full length of this dress is 27. I start taking the measurement from this side, not from here. Let's assume I've fold it inside like this. You can fold it and start your work. Just for you to understand it, that is why I remove it like this. So I take the full length from this side. The full length of this blouse is 20. Look at this. It's 27. So I add 2 inches to fold the down part. So the next thing to do now again, is to take my back measurement. Like I said, the back of the dress is my shoulder length. My shoulder is 15 inches. If you divide 15 into 2, that gives me 7.5. You divide. Now the shoulder measurement is 15 inches. I will explain to you very well. I've made the line, but I'm going to explain it very well for you. You understand it. The shoulder measurement is 15 inches. I divide the 15 inches into 2. It gives me 7.5. And I'll place it at this side here and measure my 7.5 to get my shoulder measurement. This is my 7.5 here. Now, like I said in all my video, whatever I get from my shoulder, that is what I will use for my armhole. Now, if I want to take my armhole, don't place your tape at this side here. Place your tape at the upper part to measure your armhole. So that 7.5, I will place it at this upper part like this and measure my 7.5 here to get my armhole. I hope you understand it. This is my armhole length here. Alright, this is my armhole length here. I hope you understand it. So after that, to get my waist measurements, in case if you don't measure the person waist measurements, what you do is to divide the full length into 2. Now the full length of this dress is 27. I divide it into 2. What I got there was 13.5. So from this upper part, I'll still place my tape at this upper part here and measure the 13.5 inches to get my half length. All right. So that is very easy way to get your half length. You don't need to measure it again. Just divide the full length into 2 and get your half length. My half length is 13 and a half. After I fold it and I divide it into 2, it gives me 13 and a half. Like I said, I will explain to you. You understand it well. So this is how it is. Now what to do now is to take my round bust measurement. I divide whatever measurement I have, divide it 8 and a half, and measure it like that. Measure 8 and a half here. This is my 8 and a half. I add 2 inches, all right, just to free the dress. Remember, the dress doesn't have buttons from up to down or zip. Just for you to wear it and so that it will enter you very well. I add 2 inches on it. After the 2 inches, I add another 1 inches. That 1 inches is what I will use to sew it straight down. I hope you understand it. I add 2 inches to free the dress, and 1 inches is one that I will use to sew it to the down part. I hope you understand it. Let's get let's go to the full length area. Now the full length area here, I divide what I get into 4. What I got there is 9 inches. I add 2 inches. Don't add the 2 inches and divide it. After you have divided whatever you get, whatever measurement you have, after you have divided it, you add 2 inches just to free the dress area, to give it a more fitting. Add another 1 inches for the sewing allowance. All right. So the next thing to do now is to connect everything together. Like I said, use your French cuff to get your armhole cuff very well. Look at what I did here. In case you don't have a French cuff, divide this armhole into 2. Whatever you get, you measure it and measure it like this. Measure whatever you get and come to this area. Measure half inches and curve it. It's very simple to do. Very easy. So after that, you cut it. So the next thing to do now is to work on the neck part. When you are cutting any turtleneck, all right. When you are cutting any dress like this, that you want the neck to be tight, as in to be hooked very well. This is what you do. Like I said, first of all, measure the round neck of the person. After that, you divide it into 2. Now this person's neckline is 14 inches. Now we take the 14 inches like this. This is my tape. This is the 14. Fold this 14 like this. That's what I'm doing. Very easy. Fold the 14 like this. Fold the 14 like this. I fold it into 2 first. I remove it like this again. I fold it again. So when you fold it into 2 like this, this is what I got there, 3.5. So this 3.5 is what I will use to get my front neck measurement. This is the secret of my work. This is what I'll be using. I learned it when I was attending fashion school. All right, this is my 3.5 here. All right, I hope you get it. I measure my 3.5 from here, this side here, not from this side, please. From here, I measure because this is the back part, this is the front part. I hope you see it. This is the front part here, and this is the back part. Now I measure the 3.5 from this side here. I take this for me to get the width. Remember, from here to here, I hope you understand this is 3.5 from this side. Measure 3.5 for the neck depth. So for you to get the width from this side, take this same 3.5 like this and divide it again into 2. All right, this is the secret of my work. I divide it into 2. What I got there is 1/3. I place my 1/3 here and measure it like this from this side. All right, 1/3. I'll make sure I take that 1/3 straight to this down here. Now I take this same 1/3 for the width here, the back width. I measure my 1/3 to the back width. All right. After that, I use my French cuff to curve it. I'll first of all curve the front part. This is the front part here. I curve it like this. I curve the back part also. I curve it like that. Alright. So the next thing to do is to connect all the lines together. From the bust area, I connect it. I'm not going to just take it straight down. So I want it to get fitting on it. So I'll just do from this my waist side. I'll just from this up here. I'll just shape it. Make sure that my hands enter inside for the waist side. As enter inside, I will take it straight down to the down part. Alright. So after that, I will cut it. Before I cut it, I will open this side at the full length area by 5 inches. Alright. I will notch it like this. Alright. So I'll just trim from this side. Cut it straight like this. Alright, this is what I will cut straight. So after I shape this my armhole side, you come to this 2 inches as I go up with. Please try and notch it because this is where this is your shoulder. Alright. When you start to fix your sleeve, it will come like this. So this is where you use as your shoulder and place your sleeve there and fix your sleeve straight round the sleeve. Alright. So I'll be cutting the neck now. First of all, cut the front part first before you cut the back part. Make sure you follow the curve, you follow the chalk. After finish making this dress, you will appreciate what you have. Please, if you have not subscribed, do me here to subscribe on this my channel. Like this video and share this my video. So this is the back part. See how I'm cutting it. Just follow the chalk and cut it. It's very, very easy to do. So let me explain on shoulder slope. I don't take shoulder slope if I'm making any of my dress. Alright, but in case if you want to add shoulder slope, whatever you remove from this side, always add it at the down part. But I don't remove shoulder slope in all my dress. I've tried it before. I didn't see the reason why to remove shoulder slope. I don't do that. But in case if you want to do that, you just remove your shoulder slope like 1 inch from, look at how it is. You remove it. Like now, I remove like 1 inch from my shoulder slope or ½ inch. Whatever you remove from this shoulder slope here, make sure you add it at this armhole side. Because if you don't add it, after cutting the shoulder slope, it will affect the armhole area. So whatever you remove for your shoulder slope, always add it at this down part and cut it like this. Alright. But for my dress, I don't come out it. I don't remove shoulder slope. In case if you want to do that, that is how you will do it. So after that, I want it to have a open at the front part. The open of my dress from the front part like this. I place it here. I open it. I want like 6 inches for the open of my dress. I will now open it. Alright, so this is how to cut this simple native dress. This is how to cut this native dress. Very easy to cut it. Just give it a try. You see how it works. And after I've cut it, at this front part, I'll be attaching this pocket on it. And this is how I cut this pocket. This is how I cut it. So how to cut this front pocket, like the way I cut this. The normal length for the front pocket is 5 inches by 5 inches. Alright, 5 by 5 inches. So after I have gotten it, this side is the front part. Alright, it's very, very easy. So after you have gotten your 5, the width 5, the length 5, you fold it into 2 like this. How I achieve this particular one, you fold it like this. Look at what I'm doing. Very, very easy to cut this simple pocket, and use your chalk to curve it like this. After that, I use my scissors to cut it. Alright, it's very, very easy. So this is how it is. See the shape you want has come out. So if you want to fix the dress like what I've done mine, we want to fix your pocket to your, you place your front pocket like this. Make sure it's like this. All right, use pin to hold it down and sew it, shift, so that your work will come out nice and neat. All right, so you see what I do here. So after that, is sew it. But in case if you want to design it with bias like this, like what I am making now, you just sew it like this. So cut the bias like this is 2 inches. I sew from here. Make sure to fold it first like this and place it like this and start to sew it. I will sew it like this. It's very easy. Follow the curve. Make sure you follow the curve like this. You see what I'm doing? You follow the curve, follow the curve. When you get to this area, you fold it like this and sew. Later, you will turn it to this other side like this. Turn it and sew it. It's very easy to do. Just give it a try. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please, if you have not subscribed, try and subscribe on my channel. Like this my video and share my video. This is the cutting part, and I'll be dropping the sewing part later. Well, thank you very much. Bye bye.